That's right, 98.9 Northwest FM. This is CarTorque with Matty J. Another Tuesday night, and more car-related topics as we usually get onto the topic of them. So I'm in the studio with Jason Establish. What's happening?
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. And you want to introduce your new guest?
So this is my cousin. Actually, his name is Leon from Germany.
What's going on, Leon?
Hi, not bad, thanks.
And we've got our usual Alan on the show as well.
How's it going?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Look, a few topics tonight we're going to be talking about, but first we're going to get into a quick promo for your event that's happening this weekend.
Yeah, so Establish is holding a Dino Day down at Chasers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 9 till 5, Dino Day, $70 to run, 3 runs, and there's a heap of prizes, including lowest kilowatts for fun.
Lowest kilowatts. I'll bring the laser then.
Why not, man?
Nah.
Pull the plug in.
You just hear it, it's a little glow up in the dyno. No, I might bring the F6 down. We'll see how we go. Hopefully. Yeah, it'll. If I'm not working Saturday or don't have uni, which I'm not too sure if I do or not, I'll make my way down there and give the F6 a run.
Awesome.
So Leon, your first time in Australia?
Yeah, it's my first time in Australia. I've been here for, I think now, almost 2 weeks.
Okay. How are you finding it?
Oh, it's really nice.
Really nice?
I really like it here,
Yeah. What's it like compared to Germany?
To Germany compared. Oh yeah, the weather is really different. The people are very different, and everything is like the atmosphere here is really much more relaxing.
Relaxed,
yeah, right. In Germany it's more rushing every time. Everyone is rushing away. And here it's nice. I like it.
All right. So you obviously drive in Germany.
Yeah, that's right.
What type of car do you drive?
It's in Dacia.
Oh, Dacia, yeah.
So, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I try to...
The Sandero?
Yeah.
James May's favourite car. The Dacia Sandero.
Yeah.
No, that's good. And we'll last guest on the show, Alan, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much, really. I'm finally getting some parts in to install my new head unit. So I can donate the old one to the nice Merc.
The nice, the big...
The ethnic...
the ethnic chariot?
Yes. Ethnic chariot, as we've named it.
Or the Boommobile, as it's known as well.
They're sick plates.
They are mad plates, eh?
Someone's going to steal them eventually, so you got to get like the locking...
I've already, one step ahead of you, man. Got them on there already, so that's... I'm like, yeah, as soon as I got the plates, I'm like, yeah, I've got to put the anti-theft ones on these. If they're going to steal them, good luck to you, because it might take you a while. By that time, hopefully, they'll come out and break your legs. But yeah, so how much would you like for that head unit? Well,
I don't know. It's not worth much, so
we'll have a chat about it.
We'll have a chat about it. The main issue with the new one is I had to order a part specifically from Amazon in America.
Okay.
Also, I can watch videos on it while I'm on the go.
That's pretty cool.
So you do like Earth the Wire?
No, Pioneer doesn't let you do that anymore. They got pretty smart about that.
Oh wow.
So you need either hook it up into the power side of the handbrake or buy this little, I guess, device that does it for you. And it's not bad.
Well, I back in the lazy years ago when I first got it, I had a screen in there. And I didn't hook up the handbrake cable, so I was watching like DVDs and stuff, and just like cruising. I think I had on one stage first Fast and Furious in there, and it was kind of embarrassing because I was like reading out quotes, talking to myself, just driving.
The end game plan for me is because it's got I think it's got HDMI input, is to actually hook up NES Mini into it, so a passenger can actually play NES while we're going on rides and stuff and get car sick and puke, but.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, nothing wrong with a bit of Super Smash on the way there either, so that's always good. Look, we've got to get to our first break of the night. We're going to go to a song by Flight Facilities. It's called Down to Earth. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah, nice.
You're back on 98.9 Northwest FM. This is CarTorque with Matty J. That was Flight Facilities with... Jeez, I forgot the name of the song now.
Flight Facilities.
Yeah, Flight Facilities, yeah.
Sick band.
Good track, that one. Good track. So, it was Leon, wasn't it? Yeah, Leon. Yeah. So, on the Autobahn, so you've obviously driven on it?
Yeah, of course.
What's it like coming to a place where the speed limit's like 110 max?
It's really different, it really is, because it's in Germany, it's the Autobahn that doesn't have a limit.
Yeah, just go nuts.
So you can just drive how fast you want.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really different to see how it works here on the, I think it's
Freeways.
Freeways.
Yeah.
Like on the 100 and then 4 or 3 lines.
Yeah.
We only have sometimes like 2 or 3 for our Autobahn.
Okay.
It's different to see.
So, what's the fastest you've been to on the Autobahn?
Yeah, with my car, it's a little bit difficult to go fast.
Basically said there.
I think it would.
Good news.
Probably up to 170.
That's alright. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, like, that's a little.
How long did it take to get there?
That's a big question.
Probably like 30 kilometers.
Yeah.
No, not so much. But
No, that's good. That's good. So, in comparison to from here to there, are the police very stringent on road users, or on the Autobahn, like they just let you go, or like even on just the normal roads in general, are they very do they check people's cars for like if it's legal, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it depends where you're driving.
Yeah.
So it's more on the Autobahn. There's not much controlling at all. There are maybe a few cameras, but they're not controlling the speed. It's only the distance to the other car.
Okay.
So that's probably the only thing where you have to be very careful about.
So those cameras are more like if you're tailgating, you're going to be in trouble. So if you're like right up someone's backside.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's right.
Why don't we have this in Australia? I mean, that is the best form of
The
camera.
best thing he told me was as soon as he got on the go, he goes, "Oh, do you have demerit points here in Germany?" He goes, "No, we don't have demerit points. It's like if you get a speeding fine,
You just pay it.
yeah, you just pay it.
We got points as well. Yeah, but
But it's like not as bad as here.
Yeah.
Like apparently you don't get
right.
points for speeding.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, you only get points for drink driving.
you can get points, but it's very difficult.
Very
You
difficult.
don't get
I
points.
feel the main reason we don't have, like, I guess a tailgate camera style system is purely because no one gets out of the right lane.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Everyone just thinks it's their right to sit in the, as we call it, the fast lane, I guess, for us.
At 80 and 100 zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is half the problem. Otherwise, any road's an Autobahn if you're brave enough.
Yeah.
It's just people won't get out of the right lane for you, so,
Well, that's what it comes down to at the end, and then people get. And that's when you see road rage, and you see just crap. But on something with like the Autobahn, are the people very respective of other road users? So if someone's like flying past you at 200 k's, they'll like stay in the left lane, or I mean the right lane. It'll be the right lane for you guys.
Yeah, no, the fasts are going on the left line.
Oh, for you guys, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think so. Well, it's a little bit different because in Germany it's like separated. The really slow cars are going on the right lane all the time. They're not going on the left or changing the lines.
Yeah.
So you really have the
concentrate.
The left lane for yourself if you're going really fast. There's only sometimes it's really different because when you're going on the left lane, you're going with 150, 160. There's probably still another car just behind you who wants to overtake you. it's really different. But
there's always a faster car.
But generally, people are willing to move out of the way relatively.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If they see someone behind you or who's going faster, or they see you coming from behind, directly, if it's possible, they'll
move straight
going right. Yeah.
Whereas here, they'll slow down.
Yeah, and just put their hand down and middle finger out the window. I was in a car once, going back a few years ago. I was driving to Altona, and it was about 6:37 at night, and I was with some family friends in their car, and he was doing the speed limit, and there was this person right in front of him. It would not move, and then he ended up dropping back to 80 because it's 100 zone on the freeway there. So this car was going 80, and all the cars beside him were going 80. He's flashing him and beeping him, saying, "Get the hell out of the way!" I kid you not, he stayed there, like he did not move for, I kid you not, probably like 5-6 k's. He just sat there. Well, my friend was getting more and more agitated by the. I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill this guy when he drives past him. We couldn't pass him. We ended up going to the left lane when there was a gap because we had to get off at the Altona exit. But just the courtesy just was not there. So I can see why people get frustrated. I can see why like the tailgate cameras could come into kind of like into fruition if that was to be brought here.
Yeah, it's definitely a driver attitude change.
Yeah,
so it's got to come in first before because, like, I don't know as a fact, but from as you described it, drivers in generally seem to be more aware of their like fellow road users, and you know, don't put themselves in the center of the universe like they do here.
Yeah, well, that's another thing, and plus when you're driving at 200 kilometers per hour, there's no kind of room for error. So you really, if you want to drive slow, you got to really be say, okay, I want to look after myself. I don't want to die, so I'm going to hop in the left lane and just stay there, or in the right lane for you guys. Right. Yeah. So, which that leads me to like kind of my next point. So, you guys are trained as well to be able to drive on the Autobahn, right? Like you have to do that.
We're in driving school, and you have to do. I think it was like 3 or 4 hours probably on the Autobahn.
Okay.
Where you're driving only. It's like the special hours.
Yep.
And yeah, we are trained to drive there.
See, we don't have that here.
We have a parallel park.
Ooh.
And a 3-point turn.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes no, and sometimes people can't even do that. So, but yeah, no. I reckon our testing system and stuff needs to kind of be changed in that aspect, because when they do the test, they don't take them on freeways. They don't take them on any. They take them on main roads, but they don't take them on freeways. So I think it's part of like like our driving courses here. They should really implement that to people and show them the right way to use the road.
I think they should also speak about, like, I think some people are doing it like those agile driving courses or whatever, where they purposely wet the ground and make you aquaplane and whatnot. Like stuff like that. Corrective driving is really good as well.
A driving school would be good for us. Yeah.
100%.
It'd be good to have that, and like say, okay, to get your license you've got to pass this driving test and you get signed off on it. But in reality, it's not going to happen because I'm a good driver. I forged my 120 hours. I did this, that, and the other. So it's in reality, if we want to be better drivers, we have to really take a look at better drivers as a country. We've got to look at other countries and how they're doing it. And on the Autobahn, it's like one of the most safest roads in the world as well. So
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because when you're driving at 200 k's, you don't want to really make a mistake. Nah. But yeah, so for speed regulations for here, so like he's just saying a max limit here is 110. They've cancelled the in the NT the 130, the unlimited speed.
The unlimited speed, yeah.
Because there was one road in Australia that I think it was the Great Northern Highway. I think it was. Something like along those lines. It was unlimited for ages, no issues at all, and now they've brought it back down to 130.
For a reason, or
just because
safety.
They believe.
You say safety.
So they want to be safe.
They say they want to be safe. There's no actual evidence that it makes it any safer.
No.
It's just. I mean, you make people feel better about themselves, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, we drove. I was with James from Man vs Movies. We drove to Sydney. And it's a 10-hour drive at 110 km per hour, yeah? Or about 9 hours, give or take, without stops. And for most of the time, we just feel like we weren't moving. We're like, this should be 130 minimum on the Hume. Because Hume is it's a straight road. I mean, how hard can it be? Like, there was cars flying past us doing those speeds. And I'm like, wanting to get us there quicker, But the main thing is, on a freeway where there's like no one on it, and well, James, you've driven on the up to Sydney a few times. You know what I'm saying? You don't move.
The Hume.
Yeah.
What are you saying about like the Hume? It's boring to be honest.
It's the crappiest road in the world.
Like, alright, cool. It's long, but it's seriously boring, and it's so easy to get done there because it's so straight, right? That you can just put your foot down. You wouldn't even know that you got over 100 a little bit. They copy you. They cut. The second time I went, or the other time I went up to Sydney, I think it was the third or fourth time, basically we went to Cooma. Yep. So what we did was we went through the east. So we went through like Sale, Lakes Entrance, up through there. That road was dead. No police presence.
You're kidding.
I swear. Like we did not see one cop car on the whole trip.
And you were both ways? You were doing 160 all the way?
No, it wasn't flying all the way. It probably was about 120. Okay, 130. But it was cool because it was like we're going through rainforest.
Yeah.
And because the east side of Victoria is like all rainforest, so it's basically like going to I can't remember the name, like up Buxton Way.
Yeah. Through the spur.
Through the spur. It's like going through the spur, but like on a proper road. And Blake, which is here in the studio with us, he doesn't want to say anything because he's a bit shy. But Blake was with us on that drive, and to be honest, just yell out. What do you reckon of the drive? Was it good?
It was a pretty sweet drive. The environment was nice, and just everything just went well together for a nice long drive. It was cool.
I mean, I want to be entertained on the drive, right?
Yeah.
Like,
was it curvy roads and stuff?
It was curvy roads, like it went up and down, like hilly and whatnot, and we had good company on the drive. Like, you're probably not allowed to use like walkie-talkies and whatnot, but we were using walkie-talkies to communicate back and forth, and it was really good. Like, we were all asking each other questions, and Alex was with us. It was mad.
Well, we did that when we were rolling in the squad. We had like
100%.
four walkie-talkies going, like 5 cars. And it was great. The walkie-talkies make such a difference. They can tell you where if the boys were turning off here and stuff. So I believe walkie-talkies are a good thing. Telephones, if you're like getting distracted playing Pokemon Go, or anything else, maybe not. But that's not. We're getting a bit off topic here. But the main point is, should our minimum speed limit be our maximum speed limit be lifted to 130?
I believe particularly for longer roads, such as going interstate, you probably need it, and it has been also shown that reducing the amount of total time on the road.
It reduces fatigue.
It reduces fatigue, and it reduces pretty much the possibility of having a crash.
Yeah.
So there is obviously the increased risk you're going faster, but if you're overall spending less time and you are aware while you are driving, there's a good chance you actually get out of that better than if you're just doing the 110 and then you fall asleep and
in Adelaide, because I've been in Adelaide, driven to Adelaide, as soon as you get like 3 kilometres out of the city, the speeds are like 120 or 130.
Really?
Yeah, on the freeway. As soon as you get like a few kilometres out of the city, like at one point we passed this special bridge or whatever that signifies that we're outside of the city, like the limits, and then it's just like you look left and right, it's like you're on the Hume. It's just basically farming, and like the speeds are already like 120, 130 k's, and it's like that for like a good 10 or 15 k's stretch. So
if it's happening there, why can't it happen on on main roads and stuff like that? Also, you know what really annoys me is like the variable speed limits. They say, to break up the traffic. Like for example, when you're coming down the Western Ring Road, it's like 100. So it starts at 80, then it goes to 100, then it gets to 80 again, and it goes to 100, and it's beyond me why they do that. It really makes no sense. It's just slowing it up for everybody. It's not breaking up the traffic, as they're saying. It's a lot of crap, man. I mean, like, it's leading you to be more frustrated. It's banging up the traffic, which was already moving fine. Just becomes a pain in the ass.
Especially in peak times, it's rubbish.
Exactly.
It should just be moving. You know.
They wouldn't have to break up the traffic if they had more than 2 lanes in certain places.
Exactly right. Also, that and that they wouldn't have to do it if they got the bloody roadworks done, which is, there's 4 lanes. We'll cut it down to 2 lanes to act like we're fixing the road, and they're doing pretty much just jack. So they've ruined the Tullamarine Freeway. It's worse than it's ever been. It is. It legit
They want
is.
you to lose your license.
Oh yeah.
They're out to get us.
they're out to get us, man. It's I did a test. I was with Grasso one time.
Yeah.
And Grasso went on because I didn't have an E-tag on the laser, and he went down what's it called, the
Balti.
Yeah, he went the Balti way, and I went through Mount Alexander Road. I beat him to Crown.
Jeez, really?
Yes, yeah, you can ask him that. I beat him to the cast because he was just stuck in traffic because it was complete rubbish.
Wow.
He's like I have to pay a toll to use the road, which is the biggest load of other crap. But I'm not. I don't want to get my gears too ground, so to say. But yeah, it's if we look at companies like Germany, we could really take some pointers and learn how to fix our infrastructure here, because it's in comparison to like a German road, it's pretty poor.
I wanted to say, does Germany have like that law where you have to rotate cars every 10 years, or like sort of like Singapore or other countries like that?
Oh, I'm
not
quite sure about
like
that.
For instance, are cars from like the 80s and 90s allowed on the road?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. So
yeah. It's just special. You have to go to the mechanic, and I don't know. It depends on the car.
Make sure it's okay.
Yeah, right. And you have to make sure it's okay, and then you can probably go within 50 car or 60 car from the 60s probably as well. If it's still working good, working well, that's no problem.
Yeah.
I believe they do something of a similar nature in New Zealand. If your car's older than a certain year, they obviously change it every year, you have to get it inspected twice a year.
Okay.
And to ensure that everything's fine and roadworthy. Yeah.
Which country is this?
New Zealand.
Yeah, right, I even had that with my car.
They're a lot more strict over there, but you can basically drive anything you want.
You can buy a Daihatsu midget and just roll around
import
with a
anything.
tiny
It's
car.
awesome.
It's so cool. That gets us onto import laws. The import laws are so relaxed in New Zealand. Like NZ's got like the easiest like
Like in the Mighty Camos thing, we see cars that are like got
Japan,
wings on them and stuff. Like they look like they're about to take off. If they created any sort of lift, but they're cars. They're little motorbikes with massive body kits and stuff, and they're allowed. It's like, why can't we do that here?
It's dope. Yeah.
Just bring like 100 light robins and just roll them at every single corner.
Do a Jerry class, just make them tip. But yeah, I've been watching some videos from shout out to Matt Farah on the Swag and Tyre. He went to New Zealand a couple of years ago now, and he drove a 1,000 horsepower GDR. He drove like all these cool JDM kind of stuff.
There was an Evo, I think, as well.
Yeah, he drove an Evo. He drove an A86.
Which one did he crash? He crashed one of them. Like it wasn't a bad crash, but
can't remember when he crashed actually.
he locked the wheels, and I think
was it the A86 when he was going drifting because he was drifting in the wet. Yeah.
But he's rich, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't
Just write the check and.
Dude, he's got Aston Martin. He's got a Focus RS. I want his life pretty much.
And he's better than GT.
Oh, dude, he's mad, man. Like he does one takes. You know, you've seen his one take. So for those of you at home who don't know what a one take is, he'll people just ask, "Oh, do you want to drive my car for the show?" And he does about like a 10-minute little drive, and with the owner in the car, he takes it through the canyons and hammers it and gives you a review. I'm like,
but it's in one take.
It's in one take, yeah.
Like it's not edited or cut or anything.
Yeah, so he's got one camera on the front, one camera on the inside, and it's great. It's a really cool perspective of doing a car review because most car reviews are either Top Gear-esque with like $100 million bloody camera crews and a big truck. It's just him in a car on a mountain road and a couple of cameras just on the front and the back and the interior, and he tells it like it is. Like there's a few. Matt Farah doesn't really care if you don't know like what he says.
I really appreciate that though because there's always, if you want to see good car reviews or like positive car reviews, you can find them anywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's always people willing to review cars that are nice and just say good things about them. It's when somebody's brought a Prius and lowered it and put and like done dumb things to it. I'm glad he says it like it is and tells them
why.
Or who was the guy here? I think he had a Fiesta, and he was claiming crazy figures and other things. And
oh no, it was a Hyundai. Well, it was a Kia Coupe. A Kia Coupe Turbo, and he was like, "Oh, it's got 300 horsepower," and Matt drove it. He's like, "This doesn't have 300 horsepower." First he said, "It's more like just under 200." And that and the other.
He just wanted to get on the show.
Oh man, dude, like the comments are like, "Oh, they'll rip it on Matt Farah." They're like, "Oh, you're a bit hard on the poor guy," and like Matt's response is like, "Well, I'm telling it like it is." He's like, "I review cars. He's like, I know what 100 horsepower is. I know what 10 horsepower. I know what 1,000 horsepower feels like." So
and the main thing is like, he says it like it is, but he also doesn't like bring the person down.
No, he doesn't.
It's like there are other crappy cars. I think the Fiesta that I'm thinking about, it was actually just a crappy Fiesta, and he appreciated the car for what it was. It's when the owner gets a bit like, yeah, my car's the best and it'll outrun, an SS and that kind of thing. That's when he shoots him down pretty well.
Well, yeah, but like also when he loves a car too, he would like he's giggling like a little schoolgirl. It's hilarious. If he ever comes to Australia, big ups to Matt Farah. We'll have to get him onto the show and he can do a one take in the Merc. It'd be hilarious. Actually, or even the F6, which would be a good laugh. But yeah, no, really like your stuff, Matt Farah. Keep it up. Look, we're going to go to a break. We're going to go to a song by Young Franco, Miss You. So we'll be right back after this.
Sweet.
That was Miss You by Young Franco. Really cool track, that one. We're back on 98.9 Northwest FM. This is CarTorque with Matty J. Man, Now, before we get to the car quiz, go-karts, man. They're the biggest laugh. Like you guys go quite a bit. I've been with you for a few times.
Yeah.
There's a few different tracks we go to, but for like cheap thrills and to feel like art and centre for like like for half an hour, a go-kart's pretty hard to beat.
100%.
You were talking about last Wednesday night when you guys went. I didn't get a chance to go, but it started to rain and the roads got slippery. And you guys are kicking them sideways, doing 360s.
Hanging 360s. Like we were going off road just to try and get traction on the tyres. You'd come back onto the road and you just, like hang tens like properly and
kick it sideways.
Yeah, it's mad, and you could slalom with people. It was sick.
You told your brother he even got kicked off.
Brother even got kicked off. My brother being an idiot. I mean, that time before that, I actually knocked my brother in the car, and he actually put some more turn in, hit a ditch, and flew over it to the other side of the track. But this time, the idiot got kicked off the actual track. Like the guys like to come inside to the pits. He put him in the pits for like 10 minutes, told him to cool down, and then let him back on again. It's like, come on, man.
Mate, it's a drive-through penalty, mate. Formula 1 style.
I know, proper,
mate.
But yeah, he was going crazy. Like I think he got kicked off because you've been to the track before. Yeah. When you come up to the main straight, there's just like a corner that's it's like over a hill sort of corner.
Yeah.
So you hit like the crest of a hill. I think he's coming too fast, and he ends up sliding out in the corner, jumps the corner, sliding, and then when he lands, he can't correct, so he went straight into the barrier. Yeah, so he's done that a few times actually.
I got told off once real bad. I went to I won't say where the place was because they didn't really want me to go back there. But anyway, I was racing my brother on he's a good friend of the show, Luca, and we were told last lap, and we were going ham for like 30 minutes. We were going nuts, and it was pretty much jostling for position. Anyway, it's the last corner. And coming out of the last corner, there's because we have to go into the pit lane because we get our time was up. We might got to give an inch, and we were going full pelt to get onto the into the pit lane. And my brother looks at me. He's like I'm not going to let you in. I'm like, well, I'm not going to let you in. So we're like bumping each other, and I end up bumping him, and like we go through because it was a really narrow thing just to fit one car through. And instead of one car going through, we both kind of like just didn't go in. We just hit the actual entrance, and we full went forward, and it was a big crash. It bloody hurt. I got winded and everything. The guy's like, "Yo, you two, get off!" Oh, he just went nuts. Luca's like pissing himself laughing. He's like dying on the. He's like, "Yeah, right, mate." I'm like crashing in pain because I got winded because I hit the steering wheel hard. And he's like, "There's little kids on the track, and you guys drive like idiots." My brother's just like, he was just dying. He's like, "Yeah, right." He's like, "You're right, Luke." He's like, "Get out of the cars." We actually had to leave the cars there, and he had to pull the cars off the tyre wall because there was 2 tyre walls spreading. We went straight in there. It was a massive laugh. But yeah.
No, I'm just a bit wary of go-karts after my own go-karting accident, I guess you could say.
What happened?
Essentially, it was our good friend Jake's birthday, and we decided to go some go-karting. And one of our friends decided to be an idiot and just lock his brakes like right in front of everyone, spin out the other way. I managed to stop because I was paying attention, but the people behind me unfortunately weren't. So I just got like 2 people from behind me just smashing me, winded. And I told the guy, I was like, "Look, I just want to get out," and he did not listen to me. Just like turned my car around, and I was like back on the track. So I was like struggling to breathe. I'm like, "Can I get off?" And he's just like, "Yeah, no. Just keep going."
Just keep going. You paid for this, mate. Go.
In our one, it was so wet out there. You'd 360 and hang it, right? And
you still come around the corner.
You come around the corner.
Chucking 60s.
Sometimes if you do it wrong, you end up facing the traffic coming at you. And if there's like 3 or 4 cars behind you and you lock up on that corner and you're facing the traffic, you get hit. Bang, bang, bang. But it's so much fun. You don't understand. Even getting hurt in that situation, you'd come out of it laughing because
I don't know. It's fun when you're getting winded. Doesn't sound fun for me. But yeah, I could be wrong.
At that track, who knows? Because it's outdoors and everything. Yeah. But it's serious.
I'm willing to give it a go though.
Do you remember that time we went for my birthday a few years back, and it was you, me, Grass, and my brother, Falk was there. Yeah, Julian and stuff were there. Anyway,
And Falk came last.
Yeah, yeah, surprisingly, yeah, he did. Anyway, we were like, I was going ham. I was winning all the races, and don't mean to brag, but anyway, we get put on with this little kid, and I'm coming around the corner to overtake him, yeah, and he's blocked me the whole way. I'm like, all right, I'll go around him on the corner. I'll go around the outside because he doesn't know what he's doing. As soon as I go to go around him, he just looks at me like he actually turns his face at me, smiles, and turns his steering wheel and like runs me into the wall. And we ended up both crashing into the wall. And the opposite direction of where we're turning. And it hurt. I got hit. I went in real hard because I'm trying to overtake him, go around him. And by this time the two cars are stuck. And the guy comes, he's yelling at the little kid. I felt bad for the little kid. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." He's just like, "You don't do that. You don't run people off the track." And meanwhile, I'm just looking at him like, "Just let me go, man. I'm losing. Grass has passed me. By this time, you've passed me, James." I'm like, "Bloody, I've got to catch up now."
Some good fun in that day.
It was a mad laugh. But yeah, go-karting, man. It's where it's at.
You got to get out there. You got to get onto it. I mean, some places offer like $1 a minute, $1 a lap.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. For the amount of money you spend, you have that much to talk about for the next month.
Well, yeah. Well, dude, I went to the electric carts.
Yeah.
They're a whole different ball game. Like they've got torque straight away. Like it's like in the old engine ones.
The ones that gotta wait.
Wait. These things, as soon as you touch it, you actually put your seat. I went into these ones are doing they could do 100 k's per hour.
Sick.
And on a tight and technical track, you can spin out real easy if you get on the power too much because the torque is just there. So I think we should definitely try the
electric carts.
Electric carts, yeah, because I tried that once and I was really impressed. I'm like I thought they were better than the other carts.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely we'll have to get out there. Might go for my birthday this year for
a bit of a bash.
for a laugh if we're not drunk. Look, it's time for the CarTorque car quiz. So I think James volunteered for it.
Yeah, why not?
We'll team up.
All right. James and Alan teaming up for the quiz.
Let's do this. If you can help me out, it'd be good.
All right, so here is the CarTorque car quiz.
The music.
My music is
dramatic
as I can't say the word. Okay, question 1. A hub dyno is different to a normal dyno in what way?
So the hub dyno is opposed to a roller dyno.
Yeah.
The hub dyno bolts directly to your hubs, and the roller dyno, the car seats on top of the rollers.
Exactly right. And apparently you get a more accurate rating with the hub dyno.
100%, because there's no loss through
tires. Yep.
Yeah.
Still not as good as the flywheel dyno.
The butt dyno is a bit better. You know?
You definitely get butt dyno in a go-kart for sure.
100%.
Question 2. Tremec make what for cars?
Tremec is a gearbox, right?
They make gearboxes, that's correct. Question 3. A car known as the Hammer was made by who?
Mercedes.
Yeah, good car that one.
First AMG.
Question 4. The E46 M3 automatic transmission, or the auto option I should say, was called the what?
What, like the...
It wasn't a proper auto, but...
Like the SMG?
It was an SMG, that's it.
Sequential manual gearbox.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're killing it. That's your 4 from 4. Question 5. The Dodge Challenger Hellcat is now eclipsed by a more powerful version. What is it called?
Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Pass?
The only thing I'd add to that is the RT that they always add there.
We'll pass that. We'll come back. Question 6. Colin McRae was famous for what?
Rally.
That's correct. Question 7. What car was Steve McQueen driving in the movie Bullet for the famous chase?
I've never seen this movie.
Oh,
Actually,
was it a Porsche?
Now, no. I don't feel it was a Porsche, but now I'm doubting myself because I like to say Mustang. But
is that your final answer?
You got anything better?
Well, it's James' go. You're just helping.
You can always pass and come back to it.
I'd say Mustang, but
we'll pass and come back. Well, question 8, continuing from that, what type of car was following in the chase the car from that movie?
Charger?
It was a Charger. You've got that one right. But so you're still passing the other 2 questions. We'll come back to them.
Alright.
Question 9. What does MOPAR stand for?
Fuck. If Grasso is young.
Grasso would know.
I don't know.
Alan, any ideas?
Yeah, not getting anything.
Not getting anything? So pass, or you got no idea?
Pass for now.
Pass.
Pass. Question 10. The SS badge associated with GM products stands for what?
Super Sport.
That's correct. It does stand for Super Sport. Alright, so back to question... Where are we? Question 5. The Dodge Challenger Hellcat is now eclipsed by a more powerful model, soon to be, which is about to be released. What is it called?
Demon.
You bloody looked that up, man, for sure. You're a cheat.
Alright, I'll look that one up. I'm dying, I don't know what it's called.
We'll take half a point for that.
Oh, half a point. You guys are lucky I'm generous, because I could have been an arsehole about this and just said, no, you guys have screwed yourself up, but I'll allow half a point. Alright.
Alright, fine.
Question 7. What was the car used by Steve McQueen in Bullet?
What year did it come out?
I'm not going to tell you because it will give away the the movie or the car.
Being a Charger, the chase car.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam's drilled me about that shit. I'm gonna go with Mustang. I reckon you're on the money there.
Yeah, you're right. It is a Mustang.
I think Top Gear taught me that.
Was it like what? Like one of those Mach 1 sort of?
It was a GT390, I believe it was.
Okay, so a similar shape. It's a
No,
boxy.
it was the 67, so it was nearly.
Oh, so it was before the box. Yeah. Right.
What does MOPAR stand for?
Give us a hint.
If I tell you, you're going to figure
Give
it out.
us like one word or something. Good.
Oh, jeez. If I give you one word of it, well, okay. It starts with Chrysler.
Mopar starts with Chrysler. Did you go to school?
The abbreviation starts. It's Chrysler something. Alright, give up.
I don't know, bro.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
No, Chrysler Motors Partnership. No.
Dude, you were so close. Chrysler Motor Parts.
If you stop that part. No shit.
Oh my dude. Oh yeah, that's pretty rough.
I'll take half of that.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.5. But I'm still a bit iffy with the 0.5 because you looked that answer up.
Hey man, it's a demon thing to do.
It's an evil thing to do, man.
Yeah, but we'll take the half from the Chrysler. Then.
Nah, man, I'm not giving you that.
No, you're not giving me that.
How much power does that demon make?
A crap load.
Because the other one made like what, 900 or something?
The other one was like the most powerful muscle car.
And what was cool about that, they had a key as well that like turn it into the Hellcat or like drive a normal Challenger.
You know what's funny though? Like, General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler really need to get their shit together because there's only so much horsepower a car can make. It's becoming like a I'm not going to say what, but like a fest of who's got the biggest power. Or, yeah, which you can kind of guess what I'm talking about. Yeah, Corleones. So I've got 600 horsepower. I've got 601. Oh my god, it's the fastest car getting around. It's 601 horsepower.
And then the Bugatti comes out, 1001. Wow, yeah. You broke the 1000 and you had to put a 1 on the end. It's like hell.
I think Koenigsegg's just sitting there with a megawatt. I'd like to call it.
A megawatt. Look, we're gonna go to our. last. What is this card? My cousin fixed the card for you. We're gonna go to our last break. We'll be back right after this.
On the show.
You should add a friend feature for one question.
Oh, a friend. I like to use my lifeline.
We're back on CarTorque with Matty J. We're having a debate during the break. So look. 8.5 will stand. Luca's going to be super pissed. He's going to come in next week and be like, this is crap. I demand a recount or I demand something. He's going to call hacks is what he's going to call. James does the best hacks. He's in the back of the studio. He'll do the hacks.
I mean, no one can prove that James cheated. And...
Oh, BS, man. I see him on his phone looking right at him.
It's on Snapchat.
That's like Snapchat.
And
live coverage
our other defense is that we should probably be getting... half a point for the Chrysler Motor Parts.
What did you say? You said Chrysler Motor Parts
Partnership.
Well, it's... see, Joe's shaking his head in the back of the thing.
I said half of it right, so, you know, I should get
half. That's like 3/4, man. That's 4 words.
You said the full thing right, except for one letter.
Well, it's Motor Parts, so 2 words, I don't know. I'm being generous to you.
Please. I'm the quiz master, man. I'm being generous to you.
I think we should build a quiz for this guy.
Yeah. Dude, that happened once, and I did miserably.
Are you serious?
They ask questions like oh, how much horsepower does this have? This stuff. I don't know. I don't know exactly horsepower. I know about cars, but like the question I asked you guys, the question as like general knowledge that I know about.
Let's do a question for Sean Lilly, because Sean Lilly's been breaking him with this question, right? He tells me that he got his gearbox reconditioned, and that it's popping out a second and third, right?
Again.
Oh, I don't know. And then anyway, the mechanic doesn't want to replace his gearbox because apparently he claims it's been more than 3 months and it's out of the warranty period. The mechanic claims it's his drive shafts. How can a drive shaft allow you to pop out a second and third?
That's a faulty gearbox, man. I'm having the actual same issue with my laser, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm super pissed. Bloody
Get a DIY and just get another one.
Yes. You boys are going to come help me to...
Yeah, no worries. $50 all you can carry.
Now we're going to wait for the next one.
Next one. But, dude, the reason I'm pissed off with it is because I just had the clutch done on it, yeah? And that's a gearbox out job. And they replaced the fluid in the gearbox. And you know, for like 3 weeks I was driving Mickey Mouse. The gearbox was smooth, the clutch was nice, best it's ever driven. And then I put it into third gear one day and I gave it the bend and popped out again. I'm like, what the hell? I put it back in, it was fine. And eventually it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And I took it to my mechanic. My mechanic's like, yeah, it's like your third gear synchro's had it. And I'm like, Farah, when the gearbox was out, why couldn't my clutch have lasted like another 3 weeks? So I could have just done it all at the one hit. So now I'm going to be up for a gearbox rebuild. Or go to DIY. But the thing is, I'm worried about DIY because if I go there and the gearbox is
they got warranty, but the thing is it going to show in 3 months? So, like, we had this one guy come into Super Cheap once. We're probably going over time now.
That's right. Okay.
This one guy came into Super Cheap once, and he had just bought a 350Z, and he got me outside to do a battery test or whatever because he bought it from a dealer, and this is what his mentality was, right? I think he was a bit up himself and didn't know how to drive, but he goes, I like to drop the clutch at $3 grand, I like to rev hard, I like to do all this stuff, and he goes, because it's in the dealer warranty, he goes, I want to
break it before
it like, you know, gets out of it. He goes, I want to see how much abuse this car can take.
Jeez.
And he was like leaving Super Cheap doing like 3,000 or 4,000 rev dumps on the clutch.
So I take it this gentleman hasn't heard of warranty limitations.
Yeah, I guess
I'll take it this guy's car will last 2 days out of the warranty period and it'll break. And he'll say, it'll be the biggest screw you to middle finger to him saying, oh, I shouldn't have jumped my clutch at 17,000 RPM.
It's the dealership's fault.
He'll go back there, no, you're out of the warranty, mate. Oh, no. But having said that, some people do get that extended warranty, like free
pretty seriously,
plans. A friend of mine, Mark of the show, his sunroof went, and he bought 2 years warranty on his car from the dealer.
Which Mark is this?
The big Brazil. Oh, and he's got a supercharged Statesman, and he was driving a uni. Believe it or not, it's a funny story. He was going to uni, and it was for his last exam to pass to finish his subject. And he's halfway there, and he goes to put his sunroof in because it starts to rain, and the sunroof stopped halfway. And he's like, "Crap! What do I do?" And he's like, "I can't leave my car because it'll start pissing out." And he's like, "I can't leave the car, in the rain. My interior's going to get so it's going to wreck because Statesman's pretty techy. They got tons of electric." And he was like pouring in there, so he's like, he had his jumper at the top of the window, and he had to drive it home. Anyway, he got covered under the warranty. It was like a $3,000 fix to fix it. It was like the motors all seized up or whatever it was. And the poor guy had the uni wouldn't said, oh, if it wasn't a medical issue, then you should have just come into the uni to do your exam. So he had to come back. He had to wait a full year to resit that exam and to retake that subject. Yeah.
You had to retake the subject.
Retake the subject next year. The poor guy. They wouldn't give him consideration. He's like, it would have cost me thousands of dollars to fix my whole car. He's like, oh, well, sorry, it's you should have taken it.
It's uni for you, bro.
You should have just said his car broke down.
Yeah, you could have said that, but anyway, what can you do? People out there, if your car has a sunroof leak or a sunroof issue and starts
raining, get a medical certificate first.
Get a medical certificate first, and go from there. Because my uni peeps, you've got to learn the hard way if that's the case. Look, we're out of time tonight anyway, so thanks again, boys, for coming in.
It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having us, Leon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leon. We've officially had someone from Germany on the show, so
that's it.
We're international.
We're approved.
We've had someone from Germany, someone from Poland. Where else have we had?
We're from Palestine.
Oh, but yeah, from NZ and India, you could say, yeah. So, CarTorque, mate, we're multicultural here, buddy. Get around us. Pizza's dead big, and we also have small. Tune in next week, 7 PM, CarTorque with Matty J. We're on every Tuesday night. But if you want it for movie talk, James, next week, is that the week where Fast and Furious comes out?
Fast and Furious comes out next week, but we'll be talking about it on the week after.
I won't be here for that week, so we'll have to keep it for the week after that.
Oh, that's going to be rough.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm interstate, believe it or not, so I'm going to be missing a week.
Call in, we'll do it.
We'll do it over the phone. Yeah, I'll have you on the phone. I'll do it on the phone.
Alright, we'll figure something out.
Sounds good. Alright, well, so just keep in mind, we're going to be doing the 2 hour special when I get back. It's going to be a crossover special between Man vs. Movies. It's going to be Man vs. CarTorque. Talking about the latest Fast and Furious.
We're doing a 2 hour special.
We're doing a 2 hour special. We're going to talk about the movie, give our review on it, and talk about the ones we liked. Obviously, the first one's the best.
Tokyo Drift.
cough.
Tokyo Drift's good.
It brought out the best character heart, but we'll get to that in a couple of weeks. But stay tuned for James' show every Tuesday night at 6 PM. He's right before me, and then us at 7. Dr. Rock's show, the Thursday Waffle with his mate Fitzy on Thursday nights, and his show For Your Pleasure on Monday night as well. Always good listening. Takes requests, plays music. But anyway, keep it locked here on 98.9 Northwest FM. We've got some other great shows coming up, like Biohacker and stuff like that. So keep it locked here on 98.9 Northwest FM. We're going to go out with our last song of the night. We're going to go to a song by Vera Blue. The song is called Private. So this is Vera Blue with Private. Until then, this has been CarTorque with Matty J. Take it easy.